I'm here today to talk to you about a very special lady in my life. Now, she's a little bit posh. Think the Queen, curtsy, with the sprinkling of Patsy Stone from Absolutely Fabulous. So, well spoken, quite refined, utterly bonkers, no filter, and never far away from a gin and tonic. This person also happens to be my mum. Known to many in my circle as Mrs. N. Now, going out with Mrs. N can be quite an experience. She has the most uncanny ability to say the most outrageously funny things at the most inappropriate of times. I'll give you an example. Me and Mum, we have banter. She says, "Sarah, darling, I need a wee." I said, "You don't have to say the most sexiest of things to me." She said, "Well, I am full of sex. I've been saving it up for 16 years. I'm about to explode." To be fair, though, it's been that long. I'm not sure if I'm Arthur or Martha. Now, this would have been fine if it wasn't for the fact that we were sat in a packed doctor's surgery. My mum, she is a demon on the roads. She has a turbocharged Nissan Micra. God help you if you cross paths with her on the Stourbridge Ring Road. She has this habit. She pulls up next to people, not just randomly at the traffic lights, and she will wind the window down slowly, smile serenely, and then say, "Oh, do fuck off!" She speeds off at a top speed of 28 miles per hour, leaving a cloud of dust behind her. I slide down the passenger seat, hoping to God that nobody knows me has seen me. And she just says, "Well, darling, they don't expect it from me." Now, Mrs. N, she's got her own crew. Now, they're called the U3A. For those of you who don't know who the U3A are, they are the University of the Third Age. Now, I'm convinced that this U3A are a cult. I believe they're a cult for three things. One, they meet once a week. Two, the ringleader is called the Virgin Mary. And three, it's members only. I got myself invited to one of their field trips. It was to Westminster. We got on the coach. The coach is filled with a plethora of purple rinses, anoraks, cardigans, Sudoku, knitting on the back row. Old people's paradise. 2 wheels onto the M5, that coach turned into a badass OAP rave bus. Out came the Bluetooth speakers with a mishmash of Barry Manilow and Neil Diamond. Never before have I thought about these lyrics together. Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. Reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. We get to Westminster. They're all pissed, by the way, at this point. Mrs. N, she's 3 sheets to the wind. I said to her, "Don't you think you should calm down a bit?" And she said, "Oh, darling, you do need to lighten up. You don't think I've played by the rules for all of my 84 years. I mean, look at me. I'm in my prime." I mean, what can I say to that? We start to queue, and I'm thinking, shit, I'm essentially responsible for 35 pissed OAPs at the Houses of Parliament. I'm trying to shepherd them in, get in the line, get in the queue. I spy a police officer. He's armed. Oh, great. He's got the biggest gun that I've ever seen. Please stand in a line. Mrs. N, she's not having any of this. She walks up to that police officer. She looks him up and down and she says, "Hello, darling. My, what a big gun you've got. Is it cocked?" I'm probably the only 39-year-old daughter that's ever had to go to the police station to bail out their 84-year-old mum. She's now on the tag. She has a probation officer. She's best mates with him. She no longer goes by the name of Mrs. N. Oh, no. She's known now as Gigi, Gangster Granny. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for Sarah Nicholson.